again, it's really important if you're disagreeing with something that an interview says, or even a teammate or somebody in the workplace, rather than being harsh or critical, overbearing, step back and ask questions that kind of get at the same ideas, and then you won't come across as perhaps egocentric or brash. So for example, if I don't agree with your idea that we should be working in teams, I might ask the question, well, how complex or how much interdependence is there on the task at hand, and to what extent does that require information from different groups? By asking that question, I'm actually inferring that teamwork is really important, but what I'm not saying is we have to have a team to make this work. At the same time, there's a couple other tips I think that I would suggest that folks that are working on this do. Number one, get a learning partner. Get somebody that can observe you, somebody that you trust. That might be a mentor, might be a faculty member, it might be somebody, you know, in your family or friends that can actually give you some feedback about how you come across. Do you show your vulnerabilities and limitations? Are you able to convey your fears? Are you able to do it in an authentic way? When you disagree, do you disagree in a diplomatic style? Do you ask questions, or do you just push your own agenda and advocate your own points? With your nonverbals, are you comfortable in them? Do you realize how you're coming across without saying anything? These are things that your learning partner can give you feedback on. And by the way, those are the great kind of stories to tell recruiters. They want to hear how you can reflect and understand who you are and how you're trying to change your behavior. The fact that you're working on yourself and you're not all that, and that you have opportunities for improvement, and you're willing to go after that and take those risks, that's the sign of a great leader. You know, we have a fortunate opportunity at the Smith School. We have our series, the CEO at Smith series, and I love moderating those fireside chats, because during those fireside chats, when I'm speaking with leaders, the leaders that are great, what they convey is this vulnerability. They come into the room and they're able to share with our students, after their years and years of experiences, their failures, the things that they would have done differently, where they were scared. But what's most important is that resilience and that openness. That just conveys that they're real. It's not hard to see afterward listening to them how they climb the corporate ladder so quickly. So I think our students would really gain by realizing that this takes time, and there is a fine line between confidence and arrogance. You know, the truth of the matter is, as important as confidence is, and avoid coming across as brash and overbearing, so many of our students don't realize how they're coming across. And what's fascinating is the ones that need the feedback the most are the ones that are really crossing the line. I can't tell you how many conversations I've had in my office with students that they come in and they ask for a job and why they haven't had it. And I need to turn and have them look in the mirror. And I say to them, maybe if you looked at your style and how you're coming across, how might they be impacting the relationship that you're having with your coach? How might they be impacting, you know, your lack of success in interviews? If you've gone through 5, 6, 7, or 8 interviews and you're getting that interview but you're not getting that second offer, there's probably a theme. And my guess is, you know, 7 out of 10 times, it's probably going to have to do with the way you're overselling yourself, or the way that you're communicating your confidence. There are a couple other behaviors too that we would talk about that are noteworthy. People that cross the line, that come across as arrogant, what they also happen to do is that they drop names. You know, name dropping is the trend where people in a conversation will just happen to mention the names of people that they know in very high positions, with the idea that I'm hoping to impress you if I share those names with you. And what we know is there's an art and science to name dropping. While it can be critical in terms of conveying to the other side that you might know somebody, you got to be discreet in how you do it. One of the challenges today is that, you know, in this age of social media and hyper-connectivity, what we find is it's very easy to reach out and connect with people and learn people in high positions through LinkedIn, through Facebook, and others. But how you share that information in an interview is absolutely critical. You got to be careful. When you drop a name, how do you know that recruiter, how do you know what they think of that person? In fact, they may not like that person, or they might see you as coming across as gaming the situation. So be very, very careful.